Welcome back. Here we are in a key lesson to embrace your fear. Now you are in the expansion phase, in the space called the gap, the place between the life you know and the life you truly desire to bring forth through you. There are three aspects that can cause you to revert back to the pull of old limiting beliefs, paradigms, habits, and your old life. They are number one, fear, number two, lack, and three, resentment. And often without notice, you may feel that gravitational pull back to the familiar patterns that have been with you since you were young. And I will be giving you tools and strategies to recognize your old ways and to help you expand beyond your blocks and to transition you into your new empowered life. So in this next step, allow your visions to flourish by creating an environment necessary for their unfoldment. We all have fears, doubts, feelings of lack and resentment in our life, but we also have infinite power, and we are all able to choose whether we focus on the negative or if we focus on that positive and the greater truth of our unlimited power. This unlimited power resides within you. So let's start with fear. Life without fear does not exist on the planet Earth, and that is intentional. You see, fear is part of the deep negativity, the mud we came to push through to help us develop our core strength and power to soar. Everyone who experiences greatness experiences fear. It can be tempting to spend time entertaining our fear thoughts, but in doing so, you will lose the connection with your core essence. Most everyone at some point realizes that it is their fear that stops them the most. And I want to let you in on a little secret. Fear is your power, so embrace all of what you are feeling around it. Embrace and make friends with it. Don't push it away. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Then tell your fear to sit in the back seat. It is no longer welcome with you in the driver's seat of your life. It will likely be present as you try new things, but you will develop the muscle to put it right where it belongs, in the back seat, right behind you. Learn what it is trying to tell you. It is okay to examine it, feel it in your body, feel where it resides, give name to it. You can go back to the Ho'oponopono exercise to release the constriction you feel around it. Understand what fear really is. Fear is simply energy focused in the wrong direction, a direction that creates lack and constriction and moves you into a lower vibration where opportunities and ideas close right up. Think of a hose with a crimp in it. The water becomes restricted and the flow slows way down. That's exactly what happens to all of us when we experience fear, when we allow it in the driver's seat of our life. The truth is, we can't live a courageous, filled life until we learn to use fear as a source of motivation rather than a stopping place. So the thing that you are most afraid of doing usually is the thing that you most need to do in order to live up to your destiny. For example, are you afraid of leaving the security of a monthly paycheck and benefits in order to launch your own business? Are you afraid of opening your heart totally, trusting another person with your heart? Are you afraid of going back to school? Are you afraid of teaching what you know because you think someone will doubt your abilities? Take a hard look at those fears. A life of fulfillment, your gifts to yourself and to the world, is hiding behind the doorways of those fears. Walk through your fear you are facing and don't look back. Face your fear and do it anyway. And in the corresponding life work exercise provided for you, take a look at it. It gives you the opportunity to identify and explore it all. Another way is to look at fear and realize it is simply feedback, letting you know that you are at the edge, the very edge of what you've known, the life that you know that you were familiar with, the life that you want. See, we've learned this longing and discontent. It belongs to us. Fear doesn't mean we can't do or be or have something better. It simply means that we haven't achieved it yet. So remember, to feed your faith and starve your fear. This means to put your focus back on your vision, because the truth is we can't have two opposing thoughts at the same time. So focus in on what is empowering to you, on one small step that you can take in the direction of your vision. Focus on stepping into your core desired feelings daily. What is one thing that you can do today to experience your core desired feelings and who you most want to be? Feel it and step into it imaginally. What do you feel, see, taste, hear, and smell? Remember to five-sensorize it. Remember to notice what you are noticing. It is a tool that I gave you in step 1, and it is powerful. It is a powerful, repeatable tool that should not be underestimated. So use it often. You see, when we notice our fear, our limiting beliefs, our challenges, our stress, strain, overwhelm, our anger, our impatience, all of it, then it is then we can begin to understand our patterns, our triggers, and acknowledge them. And not to hide or run from them, not to cover from them, and not to stuff them down, because until we notice and embrace them, the resistance will continue. And what we know is what we resist persists. So simply by noticing what you are noticing, you can give name and take steps to release and remove them. And you can step more powerfully into your vision, to step into the person you need to be, to have that greater awareness to soar in all that you want to be, do, and have. And another tool that I'd like to offer you, and I use often, is what I call pushing the pause button. So imagine having a button. It's a pause button, and you can look at a fear, a challenge, a condition, and push an internal pause button. It's a way that when something happens, that you can take a day, a week, or so to just hold on reacting. Hold off and see if there's another way that you can look at something at play, because always there's a bigger truth at play. You may have had a terrible job loss and may want to feel like you just want to react in a terrible way, but instead push that pause button. Think about what you can do, who you can call, what little steps you can take, and see that if within just a few days you might come up with creating rather than reacting.